Hello, everybody. My name is Rhoda Calrissian, and this is my first impressions or first thoughts on Black Ops 6 Zombies. Now, let me just say, it is way too early to tell whether or not the game is good or bad. I feel like too many people are saying that it's bad right now without giving the game a chance. And at the same vein, some people are calling it the best Zombies experience without giving it a chance. I let's see. I think I'm very conflicted with the zombies mode. On the one hand, I think that Liberty Falls and Terminus are very good launch maps. I think both are very serviceable zombie maps, and both are very enjoyable and have their own little challenge curve to them. That being said, one is clearly better than the other. But that's okay because one is a bonus map and one is the actual map. So it's okay for one to be better than the other. Um, there are some new things that are good and some new things that are bad, and I'm going to go over them briefly because, again, this isn't a full on review. This is just my initial first thoughts on the mode, what I think of it, and where I think it can go from here. So, first thing first, let's talk about the Pack-a-Punch machine. This is a direct sequel to Cold War, so the Pack-a-Punch machine is very similar, and here's the thing. I like Pack-a-Punch from Cold War, so it's not an issue. The Pack-a-Punch machine, it's not an issue. What is the issue is the ammo mods that have changed. So in Cold War, you could go up to the Pack-a-Punch your weapon, and then scroll through the system and spend points on ammo mods and how you want to upgrade your weapon. Now that's done through the armory. You have to spend salvage ammo on ammo types. And apparently the reasoning is so you wouldn't have to scroll through this long screen, but here's the thing. You still have to do that. So it's not really a good change. It just kind of feels like change for the sake of change. Honestly, I like the Cold War system better. I think it makes more sense to spend points on these things rather than spend salvage on these things, especially when salvage can be spent on other things like it can be spent on upgrading your weapon. It can be spent on getting revive kits or getting a mutation or whatever have you. It can be spent on much more important things than ammo mods. So I'm not too fond of the change. I don't really get the change. It just kind of feels like change for the sake of change. In that same vein, the armor system. I'm not a big fan of the armor system in this game. Now, instead of going to the armory to buy your armor, now armor's on the wall. You spawn in with one tier of armor, which is fine. I think that's okay. But now, instead of going up to the armory to get your armor, you have to buy it on the wall. You have to buy different tiers on the wall. And it's just, I don't really like that. That's kind of just, again, change for the sake of change. Like, why not keep it in the armory? I don't really understand that change. And now, instead of spending salvage on something that you could really use salvage for, now you have to spend your points on it, which could be used for Pack-a-Punch. It could be used for for spinning the mystery box, other things like that. It's just it's change for the sake of change, and I'm not too fond of it. So it's not necessarily a good thing, but I don't know. It's too early to tell yet whether or not that will be a good change or a bad one. The one that I'm really just kind of baffled about is the armory ammo mods. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's just, again, it's change for the sake of change because you're still scrolling through a long screen to pick your ammo mods. But instead of spending points on them, you're spending salvage. And it's just, I don't really agree with it. On the other hand, a really good change, speaking of salvage, is the salvage now only comes in one form, which is common salvage. It no longer comes in uncommon. It's only common. So getting salvage is no longer a grind. It's actually very, very easy to get salvage and very, very easy to upgrade your weapons, get the ammo mods, everything that you need at the armory. So I really like that. And at the workbenches, you can get everything you need: revive kits, mutation kits, whatever have you, to to aid you in this endeavor. So I like that. I really do like that. So I like that change a lot. And overall, I think it's fine. I don't really know yet. I mean, these are my initial impressions of the game. I mean, this is a direct sequel to Cold War, so it's very, things are very, very similar to Cold War. But to me, Cold War had the perfect perk system. It had the perfect pack-a-punch system. It just it got a lot of things right. So, I mean, it goes back to the old saying: if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I don't understand what they're trying to innovate when they already had a great system, a great perk system. The upgrading perk system is still there. However, now it's a lot more confusing. In Cold War, you would get Ethereum crystals to upgrade your weapons, and your weapons kits and your perks and your field upgrades, or whatever have you. Now the Ethereum crystals, you don't have those anymore. Now you upgrade them through something else. It's a very confusing system. I'm not too fond of it. But then again, it's early days. It's too early to tell. There's a new third person system, as you saw on the screen in front of you. It is horribly unfinished. It's a cool mode. Don't get me wrong. I really like the introduction of it. I really like the third person, because then you can see the character that you've been trying so hard to get, that you've been grinding for, that you paid for. You can see your operator. You can see the operator that you're using in action, and I like that aspect of it. If you're playing as, Woods, or if you're playing as Brutus, or whatever have you, you can see the person that you're playing as. You can see the skin that you chose to be. And I like that. Also, another good thing about third person is it's much harder for zombies to flank you, because you can see what's going on behind you. So I like that aspect of third person. That being said, the third person mode is horribly unfinished. Sometimes the sound isn't right. It's sometimes you can't hear your operator speak. Sometimes you can't hear your gun going off. Sometimes you'll see your arm glitching in and out of the gun. Sometimes you'll see the characters, the characters' kind of feet glitch in and out, and their ammo, when they reload their weapons, that glitches out. It's just a very unfinished mode. Now, again, it's very early days. It's hard to talk about a game this early days, because it's just a lot of things can be fixed, and I get that, and I understand that a lot of things can be fixed, and I understand a lot of things can be patched. It's just right now there's a lot of things that this game, I think they had 5 years to develop this, maybe even longer, and there's just some things that feel very, very unfinished, very, very last minute. Again, change for the sake of change. It's just a lot of things that I don't like, but there are a lot of things that I do like. I like the new I like the new perk. I like the new perk system. I like the fact that they brought the perk machines back. We're not just relying on the Wonder Fizz anymore, which became a kind of a problem in Cold War. Just like everything was the Wonder Fizz, especially in Outbreak. There was only the Wonder Fizz. And I understand that that is in this game, but it's not everywhere. Perk machines, perk jingles, I love that. We got a new perk. The new perk is great. I love that. And the maps are good. Terminus is quote unquote the hardcore zombie map, and Liberty Falls is the casual zombie map. But it's interesting, because genuinely I think that Liberty Falls is the harder of the two. I don't know. I feel like Terminus is a very easy map. It's just, to me, it doesn't feel like the hardcore map that they said it was gonna be. And I don't know. I just feel like Liberty Falls is just a more difficult map. Now I'm gonna do a review on both of these maps here shortly, but this is just my initial thoughts. I will be doing a review on every map as it comes out, and I would be doing a review on this game shortly. These are just my initial thoughts. These are what I think so far. So if you agree in the comments below, let me know. If you don't, let me know. And if you enjoy it so far, let me know. Again, if you think that if you haven't played it yet, please play it for yourself. Because I think it is something, it is worth playing. It is worth checking out. So with all that being said, thank you everyone so much for watching. I'm Randall Calrissian. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. God bless, and may the force be with you. Peace.